VTR 729. Take one. Cluck, cluck. You want the cow to come in right at the top.
Good morning. Good morning, Ann.
How are you, Ann?
More depressed than I think I've ever been in my life. I am so upset about the situation with Jeremy.
I know. Audrey and I were talking about it last night.
You know, when I think that all this time he has been imagining that he's going to be crippled for the rest of his life, it's awful. I never dreamed.
I know. Of course, I thought the same thing. And the fact that he doesn't want me to adopt him because he thinks I'm going to be saddled with a son who can't do anything, it's breaking my heart, Audrey.
Well, there are two things that we have to accomplish here. First of all, we'll have to reassure Jeremy that there isn't going to be any residual damage. And even if there is, the value of a human being isn't measured by the state of his health. It's the state of his heart and mind that matters.
But, Steve, he hasn't confided in me.
Well, now, I think maybe he was just ashamed to. Or maybe he felt that he was making a sacrifice for you, and to tell you would spoil it.
Please don't worry, Ann. We'll talk to him. We'll get this all straightened out.
I pray we can. God bless that poor boy.
You know, did you get a tooth? You did? Okay. All right. Well, you have to play anyway. Come on. Yeah. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah. We're for toys and everything. There you are. Okay, coming. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Good morning, Monica. Glad I'm not waking you. Monica?
Hello, what brings you here so early?
Well, we just wanted to catch you up to the details on the fundraising party and need you to sign a few checks for the Quartermain Foundation.
I see. Well, it's town.
Thank you.
Well, I'm very pleased and proud that the Quartermain Foundation is going to be able to fund Rick's waterfront clinic. I'm sure it must give you a great deal of satisfaction, too, Monica.
Yes, Rick is very grateful for it, and of course I am.
I'm sure it will fulfill a very important function for the community.
And I'm very pleased that Rick and the other staff doctors at General Hospital are going to be there.
Yeah, I really don't understand the importance of it all.
Well, the importance of it is to show a unified front to all the people who are going to be pledging money. And we are asking for an awful lot of money.
Oh, that's true.
How much, if I may ask?
Well, I've pledged myself to raise the full $20 million so that the fact that Frank Smith pulled out of the venture isn't going to penalize General Hospital. Isn't it incredible how two youngsters like Luke and Laura could jeopardize the whole project?
Has Rick had any news about Laura at all?
No, he hasn't, Edward. I'm afraid he hasn't heard anything. Anything at all.
You. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Or as my wake-up service said.
Mm.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, it's really a crime against man, nature, and beast how beautiful you look every morning.
You were so sweet to me last night. You were so understanding.
That's me, Prince Valiant.
My knight in shining armor.
Glad you slept well. I slept miserably. I was up every 10 minutes. First of all, I had to move away from you. You were driving me crazy. You were making me ache. I moved over here. Then I had to shoo all the chickens, good morning, away.
Thank you for being so patient.
I'm not patient. Don't ever call me patient. I am not patient. I just love you. I'm willing to wait until everything's perfect. Look yourself. That's all.
Thank you.
Glad you slept well.
Oh, I did. I didn't have any bad dreams last night. In fact, I don't think I dreamed at all. I don't know. I guess I just felt really safe here. With you, away from Port Charles.
Yeah, well, it's a whole new life for us. Not a very affluent one, however.
Oh, how much money do we have left?
We're down to our last few bucks. We're alive, but I'm hungry. I tell you, I am really starving.
You're hungry?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you would never admit that.
I'm hungry, all right?
Good. Now help me get this wig on.
Oh, you got it.
Straw everywhere.
Here, is this the front?
I think so.
How's that? That good?
Yeah, I think so. It's fine. Be like Lucy Johnson again.
You look like Lucy Johnson again. You really do. Okay, now, what we got to do is we've got to find some way to earn our daily bread.
Oh, you have such limited ambitions. I was thinking more along the lines of some bacon and eggs and orange juice.
Sausage and waffles and Salisbury steak.
Are you broke and hungry enough to pay for your lodging?
Sir, we're really very sorry about this. We didn't take anything. You can search us.
You see, it was just so late last night that we didn't want to wake anybody up to ask if we could sleep in the barn.
That's all right. I'm glad you got a good night's sleep.
Well, we'd be happy to do some work for you if you have any jobs around anything to pay for this.
Well, that's good news. I'm a little short-handed just now. How are you at milking cows?
Cows? I love cows. I majored in milking in college.
Listen, I hate to call my husband a liar, but the closest he ever came to a cow was taking a bottle of milk off the shelf at the grocery store. And I wouldn't want your cows going on strike because my husband manhandled them.
I had a hunch you were both city folks.
Well, I exaggerated a little bit, but I can't, I can chop wood and I can feed pigs or slop chickens or...
Well, there's always that going on.
And my wife, look at her arm. She's very strong, and she loves to do housework.
Well, that's fine. Maybe we can come to terms. I like young people who want to work and pay their own way. Too many of them nowadays expect something for nothing.
Oh, we don't expect that.
You were saying you had a hankering for bacon and eggs? Young lady, is that right?
Oh, yeah, nothing would make me happier.
Well, you're in luck, because I can smell the bacon frying now. That means breakfast is just about ready. So why don't you both come up to the house and meet my wife? Seems to me it's always easier working on a full stomach.
Oh, sir, we're right behind you. Great. Let's go.
And this one?
No idea what I'm signing.
It's just some checks to cover the cost of the party. You know, catering, flowers, that sort of thing. Valet service.
Feel like a puppet.
No, it's just that you're the treasurer of the family foundation. One of those unpleasant duties that has to be gone through. I go through it practically the same thing every morning.
Yes, well, I've decided that in order to be wealthy, you have to stay in shape. Because at the moment, I'm getting writer's cramp.
There's just 2 more, and then it's all over.
Listen, did either of you see the story about what happened at Wyndhams department store the night before last?
No, what?
Well, apparently the night watchman was found dead when they opened up for business.
Well, what do you mean, apparently he was found dead?
I mean, he was found dead, but apparently he'd been shot. And the police are speculating that it was a professional killing.
Professional?
Isn't that amazing? Now, why would anybody want to kill a night watchman in that sort of way?
Robbery, obviously.
No, it wasn't robbery at all. Nothing was taken except for some men's and women's clothes that were on sale, and there was money left to pay for them.
You're kidding.
I'm not. That's what the paper said.
Well, life in Port Charles is getting stranger every day. Maybe it's time that Lila and I get back to Palm Beach.
Well, you can't just crawl in a shell every time life gets complicated, ever.
When did you start taking philosophy classes, Monica? At nighttime?
You don't have to take classes to have opinions. But obviously, I have to take something to get respect.
Now, let's not have any arguments. I do think, though, that we're attracting a more metropolitan-type crime than we used to. What do you think, Alan, huh?
I don't think poor Charles has been singled out as the head of organized crime.
Well, you never know.
Do you mean one never knows, or I never know?
My, aren't you touchy this morning, may I please?
Well, I am not at my best at the crack of dawn. I am sorry if I've been ungracious. I will apologize, but I don't think I have been, so I won't.
Oh, I almost forgot. Lila sent along some shots of Alan when he was a baby. You know, it is incredible how much alike these two look.
Really?
I do think you're being overprotective of this one, though. My word, he's certainly over his surgery by now, and you still haven't dressed in these long-sleeve shirts.
Look, I'll make a deal with you, okay? You and Alan take care of the fundraising. I'll take care of baby raising. And I will start right now. And that's taking the baby for a nap.
I didn't mean to insult you.
No, it's not about insulting me, Edward. Sorry, I had a long day yesterday, and I got up on the wrong side of the bed, and, if you want me to see you out, I will. If not, you can excuse yourselves, all right?
No, we'll find our own way out. You go ahead, Monica.
Fine.
Alan, you sure there's still a chance of a reconciliation?
Oh, yes, I'm quite sure.
Well, I have my doubts. She seems very antagonistic to me, and certainly like a woman who plans to go ahead with a divorce.
Well, you're just going to have to trust me on this one. Rely on my charm.
If what I've seen this morning is any sample of it, I'll stick with my doubts.
I have a surprise, though, for the party.
What kind of a surprise?
Let's just say a surprise that is going to turn Monica Quartermain back into the loving wife and mother that she used to be.
Sounds like black magic.
No, but it will be magic all the same. Her name is Mrs. Allen Quartermain, and that's the way it's going to stay. Take my word for it. Shall we go?
Well, I got my hat, and there are my keys. Now, you sure you don't want to wait and drive down to the hospital with us?
No, I'm going to go by myself now.
Oh, I'll get it.
Morning, Audrey.
Hello, Jack. Now, why don't you use the key we got for you?
Doggone if I don't keep forgetting.
How are we going to cure you with that, huh?
Who knows?
Come on in.
Hey, Steve.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, Annie.
Hi.
So how's Jeremy doing this morning?
Oh, I don't have a report for you yet. He's still sleeping, and I think it's best I just let him sleep as long as possible.
Jeff, how about having some coffee with us? Do we have more?
Oh, yes, we have more. You know, you just got here in time to say goodbye to Ann.
You're rushing off?
No, I'll stay. I've got some extra time.
Good. Then we can all go in together. I'll get the coffee.
Come on, let's sit down.
Great. Listen, the reason I stopped by is, I want to talk to everybody about Jeremy and what we're going to do about the situation.
Well, I think the only thing we can do about the situation is try to change this frame of mind he's in.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked by what Joe had to say last night.
We all were.
Where do you think Jeremy got the notion that he's going to be an invalid for the rest of his life?
Well, he's been sick a very long time, and he's still not feeling too well. It's very depressing for a boy his age. I guess a touch of melancholia is normal enough.
You like your coffee black, don't you?
Yes, ma'am, thanks.
The thing that hurts the most is the fact that he's not confiding in any of us, especially me. I mean, who knows how long it's been bottled up inside of him.
And it's going to take a lot of sensitive handling to convince him that you're not adopting him out of sense of pity.
Yeah. And listen, I think Joe made a good start last night. But I also think it's up to the rest of us to follow through and reinforce what he said.
Yeah. It's interesting that Joe was the one to get through to Jeremy where the rest of us just failed, huh?
No, I think it's like I said, that sometimes it's easier to talk to an outsider.
You also said that to Joe, and I think it hurt his feelings a little bit. I meant to mention that last night.
Really? I didn't mean to hurt him. Maybe I should talk to him, huh?
No, I'll talk to him later. I'll make sure that he understands.
Have you read this?
Yeah, I heard it on the late night news. And I read all about it over breakfast this morning. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, well, I guess it's just part of the hazards of being a night watchman. Job has certain built-in risks. I mean, you're there working and somebody comes in, some sort of a bum or something.
Carrying a .38 caliber handgun? Huh. That's a pretty first-class bum.
Well, okay then, he's a burglar. I obviously don't know as much about the case as you do. I don't see how you're going to tie this thing in with the Smith situation, though, or even the organization itself.
You make it sound like I want to tie it in.
Well, don't you?
Well, it would make a neater package, but I'm not trying to force a round peg into a square hole. This could be a gang-type shooting. Now, that's not hypothesis or imagination. That's facts.
Well, okay. Have you had a chance to check the watchman out yet? Maybe there's something there. There's nothing there.
He had absolutely no connections with the underworld.
Well, then, I guess he was just plain unlucky enough to get in the way of a stray bullet.
Anyway, we are launching a full-scale investigation into it, and we should come up with something. I just don't know. Meanwhile, the newspapers are all over our backs.
Well, it's just part of the glamour of being a police officer, Lieutenant. All that glamour and all that responsibility.
Well, you find me a job without responsibility, and I just may apply.
Look, has anything come in on Luke Spencer or Laura Baldwin yet?
No. And I was hoping you would come up with something. On the girl, at least.
No, I'm afraid I don't have anything for you, Lieutenant. Oh, but they got to turn up somewhere. I mean, I think Smith would be trying to smoke him out himself.
Why?
Well, for no other reason than to find out why Luke didn't come back and marry his daughter. I mean, leaving Frank Smith's daughter waiting at the altar is something that Frank Smith isn't likely to smile on.
Which may explain why Spencer is so well hidden. He just might be married shy.
But that doesn't explain Laura. No, I think there's something else going on. No, I'm sure of it. If I could just figure out what it is.
Well, if you find something, I know you'll be kind enough to let me in on it.
Dr. Schaefer, call the lobby desk. Dr. Schaefer, call the lobby desk.
Just shot him and left him there to die. Was it shortly after midnight, according to the coroner?
It's very strange. It's very upsetting.
Well, it's always upsetting when someone's murdered, you know? But I have a feeling that's not really what you meant.
No, I meant this kind of shooting. No, in a posh store like Wyndhams. The paper says it might have been a gang murder.
Who knows? Maybe the night watchman had some sort of a... Well, maybe he was moonlighting in a shady sort of job.
You mean daylighting? Yeah, well, according to the paper, this guy led a very ordinary life. Just goes to show you can never tell, huh?
Yeah. You know, the thing is, we're never really going to find out what happened. I mean, someone's murdered, it hits the front page, and then they find out who the killer was, and we never hear about it.
That's because it isn't news anymore. They just bury it somewhere on the back pages. I feel sorry for this guy.
Yeah, it's awful. Something like this happening. Oh, it's just terrible. And here in Port Charles, of all places. Ugh.
But I'm not giving up on finding Luke and Laura, Lieutenant. I've got people at the airport, the bus stations, train depots, and they've all got comprehensive descriptions of both of them.
Well, that's fine. But what happens if they decide to hitchhike out of town?
Well, then that's a contingency I'm really not prepared to face. But I can't do anything about it. But I think Laura's long blonde hair is going to help us in finding her. I really do. We're going to come up with something, and I know it.
What we need is a description of what she was wearing the day she took off.
Maybe I can get that if I talk to Scotty. Might as well do some to earn my paycheck. Otherwise, people are going to start asking what you're doing sitting behind this desk here. You see, I wouldn't have your job for the world. There's not enough gratitude.
You can say that again. Come in.
Lieutenant, I've got some news on the Wyndham thing.
What is it?
These were dug out of the trash bins in the department store. It's a man's suit and a woman's dress. I don't know if they mean anything, but I thought you ought to see them.
Can I see that? That's Luke Spencer's wedding suit.
What about the dress?
I would lay odds it belongs to Laura Baldwin.
But we've lived here most of our lives. There's not much excitement, but we make a living off the farm, and we enjoy the peace and quiet. Land, I don't know how anybody can stand living in the city.
Well, it does get awfully hectic at times.
Have you decided yet where you're going to settle down?
Well, no, sir. Actually, we thought we'd kind of take a look around the country first.
Well, it's nice to be young and able to wander around. Would you like anything else to eat?
Oh, no. This is just fine. Thank you.
She's quite a cook.
I should say that she is.
Well, as much fun as it may be to sleep in haylofts, it seems to me that a newly married couple ought to have a nice room to stay in. Now, Dad and I have a spare bedroom with a nice, comfortable bed. And if you're interested, I could let you have it for $15 a week.
Fantastic. We'll take it. I just happen to have $15 on me. It's our last bit of money, but I will earn more by the end of the week.
Gracious, don't you want to give your wife at least a chance to see the room?
Oh, she'll see it, but Mrs. Johnson is kind of an old-fashioned type of girl. She lets the man of the family make all the decisions.
Is that right?
That's right.
Oh, yes, that's right. Whatever he says goes for me, too.
That's right. Thank you, sweetheart. This has been a wonderful breakfast, and as you can see, my Lucy loves to eat.
Well, I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
It was delicious. Thank you.
Do you like to cook, Miss Johnson?
Oh, no,
Well, I'm not
please,
really
please,
very
please.
good
This
at
is,
it.
I'm Lloyd. This is Lucy.
I'm not really very good at it, you see.
Don't let her fool you. She is a fine cook. She needs a little more practice, you understand?
Well, maybe I can give you a few tips.
Yes, thank you. I'd appreciate that.
Take it from me, there's nothing nicer than having a wife who can cook. Don't know how I've gotten along with it all these years without one.
I believe you, sir. Well, I guess the next thing on the agenda is to try and find us some work. Unless, of course, you have any jobs around here that you need done on a permanent basis?
Not enough to make it worth your while, I'm afraid.
Well, we always have chores.
Chores, yes, but not what you'd call permanent work. These two have to think about making money.
Well, that's true. I'm sorry we can't help you out that way.
Oh, don't worry about it. You've been wonderful, really. We were actually planning to ask around town anyway.
Then you think you'll stay in Beecher's Corner for a while?
Yeah, for a while.
Well, it's a pretty small town. I'm not sure how much you'll find in the line of work, but there ought to be something you'll be able to do.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to find something, yeah. I guess the thing for us to do, Luce, is to go ahead on into town.
Oh, no. Not just yet. I have to help Mrs. Whittaker with the dishes and do some housework. And you have to feed the chickens and slop the pigs. That is what you call it, isn't it?
Yes, that's it.
You're learning fast.
Okay, then. So we'll do the chores first and then the job hunting.
Good idea, Lucy, good idea. And by the way, my little wife, she loves to scrub floors and wash windows. Just loves it. So you have a good time, Lucy. And, sir, if you'll show me where to begin, I'll get started.
Well, you come with me and I'll show you.
Good idea. Enjoy scrubbing the floors, Luce.
Have fun, Lloyd.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.